This December, I'm making a Christmas calendar using vanilla JavaScript and HTML canvas. In each one of these days, I'm gonna procedurally generate a unique Christmassy item because I need icons like these around this time, and good free ones are hard to come by. I also want to easily scale and color them in different ways. I hope you'll follow along and implement your own versions so I can showcase them in a special video on the 24th. You'll practice working with coordinates, basic math, and various JavaScript programming techniques. It's a good project, I think, to learn about code modularity, reusability, and how to write consistent code. Today is day 18 and we're gonna draw one of those snow globes.
Coding with Radu. Let's code now.
To draw that winter globe here, next to all other items, we're gonna go to index.html and add another one of these functions into the array at the 18th index. Draw globe. And we'll implement this function in its own file, globe.js, and control clicking this in VS Code is going to create the file for you here in the items folder. Now, let's implement the draw globe function with the same parameters that everything else had. And I'm going to use two helper variables for drawing the bounding box so that we have an idea where this globe has to fit. Here. And the first thing I'm going to do is draw a ball that is going to start here at the top and almost reach the bottom, because at the bottom I want it to have a kind of base. So the ball, let's store its properties in this object. Radius, maybe 45%. So 50% radius would make it full. And in the center, but for the Y, I want to use this radius to offset the top. So I'm going to use a getter. In that way, I can use the this keyword. Otherwise, it's not accessible before this ball object is fully created. And then the color, I'm going to use a transparent white color here. And this is very specific to this globe. I want it to be transparent, similar to how the fire in the candle was yellow. It's not going to be one of those reusable colors this time. And let's draw the circle. Add the ball X, ball Y, and ball radius with the fill style ball color. Save, refresh, and this is our transparent globe. And now for the base here at the bottom, I can already tell we need one more helper variable here for the bottom. And the base here, I'm just going to draw a horizontal line somewhere in the middle, and it's going to be a thick line with rounded caps. So let's create the base object. The height, maybe 20% of the size. It's going to cover the ball a bit, giving this kind of impression that the ball is not really a perfect ball, but has a cut piece at the bottom. And then the width, let's just try 60% of the size. It will be a little bit bigger than that because of the rounded caps. And then for the Y value, I need to go up half the height from this bottom. So I need this keyword here as well, and I'm using a getter. And then the left and right, these are something that are helper variables we can use for drawing this shape, this line. And they are getters as well, because I want to reuse that width, which is the only parameter here next to the height. And these become automatically calculated as a result. And the color, I'm just going to use a dark color for the base. And let's draw this line, base left, and the Y, and right, and the Y, and then Let's set the stroke style to the base color. Let's set the line width to the base height. And let's set the line cap to round. Save, refresh. Pretty good. Maybe a little bit too big. Like, let's reduce the height a little bit, like 15%. Yeah, I like this more. And now let's add a tree here, somewhere in the middle. So I'm going to do that before drawing the circle, because I want the transparent circle to be on top of the tree to make it look more faded. And the tree properties, the size, I'm going to make it relative to the ball radius, maybe a little bit bigger so it fits more of the ball, like maybe this 20% increase. And then the X. And the Y is going to be the ball Y, just in the center of the ball. And for the hue color, I'm going to reverse the hue again, so it's like an opposite color from the base of the globe. And I think this is gonna make it more interesting. And draw the tree, tree X, tree Y, tree size, and tree hue. Save, refresh, and there is our tree floating here in space. I think we need to give it a ground, a snowy background here. So also before drawing the tree, I'm going to add some snow. And this is just going to be an arc here. So I need to give it some kind of name so that we know what to expect. What is this piece of code for, really? And I'm using a comment there. Now these coordinates, I'm offsetting them so that it starts a little bit on the right bottom and then goes a little bit on the left bottom, and same angle here to the horizontal plane. So it's not going to be half of the ball, but a little bit the bottom of the ball, that's going to be snowy. And let's see how that looks like with the fill. Save. Refresh, and this is pretty good. Maybe we make this one a little bit higher, so it's kind of like a hilly slope. Let's say it's at the mountains. So making this one 0.5. Yeah, something like that is good. I think having some asymmetry here and there is a good idea. Often things tend to look way too symmetric when I look at different graphics nowadays.